Welcome to Who Put This On, episode 15, where we discuss Ink Master, season 5, episode 13. And I'm Chris Lorenz, the host. Sitting to my left is
Harrison Hoffman.
Sitting to his left,
GPR3.
sitting across from him,
Robert Kitts.
and we have a new special guest this week. Sitting to my right,
Noah Singer.
thank you, Noah, for joining us on this wonderful episode. I'm lying. It was bad. It's real bad.
Noah-
I didn't think it was that bad, man.
we've seen some real shit on this, on this series, but
Are you a big fan of reality TV, Noah?
Only when I come to fly from San Francisco to Seattle to watch an episode do I become a big fan. So at the moment,
So, like,
I am a big fan.
So what's your favorite reality show of all time?
Of all time,
All time.
I think I'm not thinking straight right now based upon the intensity and just pleasure from Ink Master that we just watched. So I'm going to go with Ink Master for right now, but
Wow.
one episode.
That's a bold endorsement right there.
and probably number 2 after that would have to be the one with Honey Boo Boo. I kind of like that one.
Is the name of that show just Honey Boo Boo?
I don't know.
It was something weird like, here's Honey Boo Boo or something.
Yeah.
so Noah's a fan of Alabama and getting tattoos.
I was
I don't know if that show's in Alabama. That might be Mississippi.
I don't know.
Louisiana.
I was in the
The
airport.
Deep South.
I was in the airport the other day, like coming back from Florida for Christmas, and I was standing there, and like this random guy just comes and stands next to me, and like points at this like little girl that walks past, and he's like, oh hey man, it's Honey Boo Boo. Oh, just kidding, it's some fat white girl.
Oh no!
No, like that, like
no.
legit happened in the airport. Yeah,
What did you say to him?
I was like, what? I don't, I didn't know what to say. It was really weird.
It seems like a reasonable response to that.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then he like proceeded to just kind of like stand. I was actually with our friend VJ, and like he just proceeded to kind of like stand behind us and just like lurk really creepy, and then ask us like which row we were sitting in and stuff. It's a very strange interaction.
So did he actually think it was Honey Boo Boo, or was he trying to make some kind of joke about this girl?
He was trying to make a joke about the
Okay.
fat white girl. Yeah.
That is a terrible human being.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a pretty bad person. Do you have a description of the person who said this?
I not really. You look like a dude. I don't know.
You should have booted him off the plane once it was up in altitude.
Man, that's so dangerous.
Get off my plane!
should have Air
Some
Force
sort of-
One it?
Yeah.
Con Air.
Did you watch?
That is not kind
I think that's Air Force
Do
One.
you know
Air Force One, yeah.
what he watched on
Harrison
the airplane?
Ford.
I imagine his like media decisions on the airplane are going to be pretty crazy.
Yeah, I didn't really want to interact with that guy anymore after that, so
You didn't
didn't
start
do-
tailing him?
no.
You didn't do like the seat chat, like go chat to 16A. Right?
Oh, no.
Oh no!
Using, like, the horrible keyboard that they give you? Yeah.
All right, so
Ink Master.
So about Ink Master, the description of the show from their website: 18 top tattoo artists from across the country compete in extreme challenges, proving their skill and grit in an epic battle for $100,000 and the title of Ink Master. Rock legend Dave Navarro and tattoo icons Chris Nunez and Oliver Peck judge artists as they perform time challenges spanning an array of styles and techniques on willing and brave human canvases.
Yeah, real people. Talking about real people.
Yeah, I don't
getting
know.
test
I don't know
tattoos
how
right now.
you sign up for that one.
It's like like if you've ever seen shows like a Top Chef or something where it's like, hey, you have 30 minutes to do some crazy thing with like only this, like go, and then like a lot of times like it turns out shitty because like it's a really hard challenge. Like that's what this is, but with tattoos and real people.
Yeah, that's on your body.
Yeah, it's insane.
And they call the people human canvases. This was a big thing for me. Like, it's so
Totally.
bizarre. Like, they never once referred to any of the people like by name or like they're real people. It's like, here are the human canvases. We're gonna
So-
go talk to your human canvases later. It's like,
And
so
let the
bizarre.
human canvases vote on what they think is the worst one.
So is that just like a tattoo industry term? Do they just call their clients that?
That would seem so, I think.
I don't-
was thinking the same thing.
I don't know.
I don't know,
Like,
that's
I've been
that's
short.
when I walk out of the tattoo shop.
Take a seat.
Okay, I'm done.
I'm not a
Take a
canvas.
seat, human
I'm
canvas.
a human
I'm
being.
like, I'm out.
So when I was watching this, I was thinking, just about being a tattoo artist in general. And, there's some days where I kind of, probably don't do my best work and kind of have like a shitty day at work. And if you're a tattoo artist, like you're fucking somebody up. It's not quite as bad as like being like a doctor and having a bad day, but like you're still giving somebody a terrible tattoo. Like, do you think that they feel bad after they give somebody some horrible tattoo?
I'm just- I'm sure if they're ethical, like I know you probably get like, hey, you know, I didn't do that well last time. Give me a couple hours for free the next time you come in.
Based on the reaction of the guy who got kicked off, no, you do not feel terrible at all.
Yeah, that's true.
To be fair, these tattoos that they gave in this episode, they weren't awful. Some of them weren't great, but I think you could live with a lot of you could live with them.
Right.
Yeah, they're all pretty good. So you notice the imperfections.
And I feel like some of them would probably be touched up. Like
Right.
this is a 6-hour rush. Like at the end of the day, that tattoo can be like worked on for X amount of time.
Sure.
It's-
The other
it
thing
doesn't-
too, like the challenge was to make a tattoo compared to a picture, and they showed the picture by side of tattoo. They're never gonna be carrying around this picture, and like everyone knows that that's what that tattoo's about, right? Just like that's a tattoo, yeah, I get it.
Right. You have a
Looks
face
right.
tattoo.
Yeah,
Right. Yeah. And well, so the one thing about this episode, I don't know if we mentioned the number, but I know it was pretty late in the season. There's only 6 people left on the show.
This is episode 13.
13. Okay. So there was like 18 people that started, right?
18. I think there was.
Yeah, they said
there's, like,
18.
in the description.
Well, in the description it was 18, but I
Oh,
think in the
right.
show they said there was only like 16. I
No,
think.
we started with
No,
18.
I think
Yeah.
we were guessing how many there were before they said it, and we said
Hold
16.
on, okay.
Right. But at this point, so it's like basically the top 6, right? So all pretty decent at this point in time, all pretty good. And they were still like very perfectionist, which I guess you have to be in this industry, right? Like you have to be a super perfectionist to like be a tattoo person. Like you can't just be like, oh, well, you know, it was okay.
Yeah, you wanted a
I don't know.
5-sided star? What?
Yeah, I don't know.
it's
I
like-
mean, there was a
it's like,
couple
yeah,
of
well, I was
challenges.
kind of drunk when I did that tattoo. It didn't really pan out. Like,
Oh man. But yeah, I don't know. This episode was kind of interesting, and he's basically just a couple of different challenges. I mean, we spent a lot of time on the portrait stuff at the end, but I thought the monster DNA headphone thing was pretty interesting
Yeah,
too.
so the show was essentially they started out the 6 people. They had to design a giant monster headphone. They were split up into teams of 2, so they made 3 of them, and one wasn't finished, one was good, and one was bad, I guess.
Right. They basically
clear
ripped
cut.
one apart.
Yeah.
Like it was like, this is just terrible. Like we don't even know what you guys did. And one was just like, well, you only did about half of that.
it was a little bit strange because that challenge didn't really have anything to do with tattoos. Like, it was more similar to graffiti than tattoos. It was kind of a strange challenge for a tattoo show, I thought.
Well, I think one thing probably to notice: this episode was sponsored by Monster DNA headphones.
Sure.
What?
go to
You think they
I think
sponsored?
I think it's like a season. I don't think it's like just
Right.
this episode.
Oh, the whole
I think they
season
sponsored
is-
the show.
I mean, they
likely.
probably sponsored the show, and then as part of that deal, they're just like, okay, but we get to do this one challenge too. But in a lot of those shots, when people are getting tattoos, you're going to be wearing the headphones and stuff, probably.
Well, I mean, when the one dude was getting the portrait tattoo,
Yeah.
he totally had a pair of Monster DNA headphones on.
Yeah, I think it would have been cool to like 3 of them. Just it was just lame. Like okay, well that one looks terrible. That one looks all right. The other one's not finished. So like
Yeah.
Well, that's
It's
just
not
bad
that
luck that it
interesting.
turned out that there was one clearly good and the other 2 were not.
yeah, I mean it was clearly good, but I wouldn't have bought that one. I would have been
Yeah.
like to see like multiple styles.
Right.
But since it was so big, like they had to have 2 people to be able to finish it in the time.
I wonder if Monster was able to actually sell out of the limited run of those headphones, or if they're just sitting on a bunch of shitty headphones now.
No.
The limited run was 5 headphones.
Well,
Yeah.
they said there was only in the show. They said only available for one day.
Yeah, I don't know.
And like when the show aired, do you think it was the day after the show aired?
For
I'm
sure.
guessing, right?
Yeah,
For sure. They
I'd
said it
imagine
was.
so.
Right.
Well, they said the next day,
Right.
which for them clearly wasn't the day they aired it.
You were for sure.
Yeah, but like, it's for us, the viewer, it's the next day, I think.
Yeah, there's no reason to have the 1-day sale before the episode airs.
That would have been great. Before the season starts, this is a limited run of this reality show winner in the 13th episode.
So you you randomly buy this random set of headphones, and you wait for the day after the episode airs, and you put it on eBay. You're like, get this one from the show. Here it is.
Yep.
Yep. Totally.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was not very impressed with the headphone things. To be honest, I'm not like.
That's what I'm
not
saying.
buying
Is like
those.
I wasn't impressed,
Yeah.
and there was only 3 of them, so it was like,
And 2
This
of them were the
sucks.
same design.
Yeah,
which
that
was a
was
DNA
weird.
strand and tentacles.
which is kind of crazy. Like,
Yeah, like you can literally draw anything in the world on these headphones.
yeah.
We got it, guys. We're gonna draw the same thing. We're all tentacles. Like what?
Well, it's one of these things. Like, I wonder if they told him something like outside of what was on.
If they had
the
any
air.
direction.
Yeah, and it's like because both of them were like, "Oh, we chose because like it marries the brand of a monster and DNA strand."
Oh.
And it's like it's kind of odd that they both had to like they didn't have to, but they decided to put in monster and a DNA strand to like incorporate the brand.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, totally.
And then they both land on tentacles, which is weird. And the other one had something to do with water too, so they're all kind of in like a similar neighborhood. It was
Maybe
weird.
the monster came up like, this is what we're thinking about. Here, think about this kind of theme we're trying to run here. And, like, I feel like that's what's happening.
It would have been really shitty to be whoever the person was from Monster who had to like go out to the set that day and like watch it and just see them design these terrible headphones. You're like, God damn it! Like this seemed like a great idea, and it's
Yeah.
just
It seemed like it totally didn't pan out. You're like, let's scrap the whole let's sell it a day after thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Bob in marketing's having a bad day.
I mean, I
Bad
feel
day.
like the plain white ones look better than the shit that they drew on them.
for sure. Yeah.
I mean, for us, maybe for people who get insane tattoos, they might buy those.
I
don't
guess.
know.
Yeah, you're not the target demo for the monster tentacle
There.
headphones.
The monster DNA tentacles.
I'm glad they just kind of dropped that. Like, they're just like, well, we're just not going to talk about that anymore. We're going to move on.
Yeah, I guess the only thing there was like the guys that won got to pick the teams for the portrait challenge at the end. That's
Yeah,
like the only takeaway.
it's kind of that same format as like Top Chef Quickfire. Like if you win, then you get an advantage in the elimination challenge kind of thing.
Yeah. And so the challenge, obviously, we were talking about it, was they had multiple people come in that wanted the same portrait. So there was 2 people that wanted the same portrait tattoo on themselves. And then the people competed head to head to see who could make the best portrait of this portrait on this other person.
Yeah.
And I think that part was actually pretty interesting, like the head-to-head competition. But they spent so long on it.
Who the
Yeah.
fuck volunteers to do this?
Oh man.
Like, why would you do that?
Free tattoo?
Yeah, I was trying to think about
Maybe.
this. It's like you get a free tattoo by someone who I guess is pretty good, even if they're like.
They're like, hey, these guys
competing.
are up and coming, like, going to be pretty good, big names. If they win the show, then you're like, hey, I got my
Yeah,
tattoo by
I
that
guess you
guy.
get to be on TV,
And then your
you get-
tattoo's famous too, I guess.
Yeah,
So that's kinda
your
cool.
bad
Well,
tattoo.
I mean,
Well,
yeah,
it's
loosely.
it's Spike TV famous, I guess.
Harrison Hoffman
One
knows your
episode.
tattoo. That's really what you want.
One episode Spike TV famous.
It was really weird that one woman was getting a tattoo of like herself as a girl tattooed on herself. Like that.
No,
was,
she
that's-
didn't.
No, it was her
No,
mom
she-
and dad.
Oh, I thought that.
Right,
Oh,
she
I
was
thought
just
that it was.
there.
Oh, she was just also there.
She was
that
just
was
there.
confusing.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she didn't get a tattoo.
Because none of the other subjects were there.
No, they
so that
were.
was-
So
really?
there was 3 subjects. There was the girl when she was a child. Now she's like an adult. There was the mom. There with her 2 kids, and then there was like a grandfather. I think maybe just died.
Right,
Oh,
I
like
think
the
that
military
their
guy?
son
The
and-
military
yeah.
guy, right? So it's likely that the military guy couldn't be there.
It was weird that the people who did the military one didn't incorporate like the American flag in the tattoo. Because when I saw, it, I'm like, oh man, they're gonna be able to like get that flag in there, and it's gonna
And
be
they
kind
don't
of
have
cool.
a lot of time, man.
I guess
6
that's
hours
true.
is not enough
It's 6
time to
hours
be
to
adding
go
that
from
stuff.
like sketch to ink, like on skin.
Yeah, I mean
the
I-
whole thing.
Yeah, I mean there's that one guy who added that weird like
Flower
wreath kind of thing to it.
yeah, and
Yeah.
that didn't really work out very well. I
Eh.
think. I mean, it was all right.
Yeah, I'd love to see if there's a paper, like a psychological paper, on people who decide to get face tattoos. Just like I want to get like my family member, emblazoned on my arm.
It's I don't know. I could
Yeah.
totally see somebody dying. Like if somebody died, you lost somebody. I could see that a lot more than like any other situation.
But the face, because the name, you look at the name and then you remember the face.
Sure.
You're getting someone's interpretation
Oh yeah.
Of the
your
face,
family
yeah.
member's face at a specific point in time, sketched on your body.
Yeah, before you
Oh,
gain a
man.
lot of weight. And then
Well, the
tattoo
one dude was just
like-
on the ribs. That was real intense.
Yeah, and that's the worst. Like if you get fat, then your family member gets fat too. It's like, well, I don't know. I know your grandfather was so fat. No, I just gained a lot of weight.
Yeah.
You have to explain that to everybody. Like,
That
that's
sucks.
real bad.
Well, I mean, yeah, I can't imagine. Getting a face tattoo is just like the worst idea.
I felt super bad for the one guy who wanted to get the tattoo kind of like on his left sort of bicep, which would have been kind of covered up by like short sleeve shirts. And then the dude convinced him to put it on his right forearm for some reason because it was easier for him to tattoo. Kind of.
Well, it was the angle of the face.
That's the excuse he gave, but it was probably just easier for him to put it there.
Probably.
And like then it didn't really turn out, and now he has this super visible tattoo on his forearm that doesn't look very good.
There was a little game that I kind of liked was all the human canvases have an idea where they want the tattoo, and then multiple of the tattooers are like, no, don't put it there. Please let me put it somewhere else.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, they have expertise, right? Like they're like, well, you probably shouldn't put another face over your own face. That's probably not going to work out very well for you.
Tattoo of your face on your face.
Yeah.
I really wish someone had asked for the tattoo to be on their face.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Although we saw on the the previouslys, I did kind of wish we'd watched the previous show because they were getting head tattoos.
That would have been good.
It was a head tattoo of a
It was
skull
a
or something.
Skull, yeah. On the back of their head, they were getting skulls.
And the two losing ones looked bad.
Yeah.
They looked bad.
I actually think one of the more interesting things of the show was the commercials. The like bad tattoo one was great. Like the
Tattoo Nightmares.
Yeah, Tattoo Nightmares, I guess, for another
What do
show.
They should
that was
totally-
terrible.
That was pretty good. Smooth, man. It's smooth right on
They're
the
gonna
butt.
replace like the smooth tattoo with a tattoo of heels.
Do you
This
wanna-
is
okay.
Terrible.
You could get a tattoo of smooth or a tattoo of heels on your butt. What do you go for?
Smooth, obviously.
Because you're smooth.
Because you're
And
smooth.
your
It
butt's
doesn't
smooth.
matter. It's easier to explain. Why do I explain fucking heels on my butt?
That's also true. both would have an interesting story.
They should do like a crossover episode where they take like the bad tattoos from this show and then they put them on Tattoo Nightmares. I think there should be a crossover episode.
What I want to
For
see
sure.
on Tattoo Nightmares is just like the terrible, like not like, oh, I was young, I didn't really want that butterfly, like the bad butterfly, like the one where it's just like, what? Why is there like, is that a moth? What's going on? Is there a caterpillar in
looks
there?
like some preschooler drew it kind of
Yeah.
thing.
That
Yeah.
would be. That's the kind of stuff that I would like. Oh, okay.
Right.
I'm sure there's some of that on the Tattoo Nightmare show.
There's that one photo going around for a while of like that girl who got all those like stars tattooed on her face. Do you remember that? And it's like she was claiming that she had like was really drunk and like passed out in the tattoo place and woke up and had like half of her face just covered in these like star tattoos.
Oh, God.
Sounds
Oh,
pretty fake.
man.
I hadn't heard about that.
So
Ugh.
Sounds pretty
on
fake.
on the topic of crazy tattoos you can get, have you seen the Inside Out Man?
No.
Full tattoos, like covering every inch of his body, skull and all, like eyelids, everything. And it's literally, it makes him look like his like skin is inside out. So it's like muscles and
Oh.
bone and all that stuff. Dude looks
Gross.
insane. Apparently, he's been in a movie, and when he was in the movie, like they like covered him in makeup and actually made him look like a normal person who's like a decent looking guy.
Why would they do that? That's so
Right.
much effort. There are
And
so many other actors they
So
could have
I've
done.
heard that they like did some sort of commercial where the commercial starts out and it's like like looks like a normal person, right? And they start like washing the makeup off, and then it's this crazy Inside Out Man.
Oh,
and it's
okay.
like, oh man,
yeah, I mean, like that could work
Life
for like
decisions.
a horror movie. I
Yeah,
felt
that's
like.
cool. That's cool. That's
Like,
cool.
Right.
You show normal, and then there's some sort of transition into like something terrible.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
My main issue with the show is like it's just there's so much filler, and there's so much like there's only 6 people, so the drama's just not. It's just like I don't care.
Well, maybe an early episode would have more people, but you're right about a lot of feel. Like, how many times did they have to say, today's show is all about precision?
Yeah, I noticed that too.
Yeah.
They mentioned it all. I think like every cut back to the judges was like,
The-
remember, precision.
Yeah, and there's just a lot of repeating of stuff all the time. Like if you need to fill out a 48, like just do more stuff. Like I don't need to sit there and like talk about the same thing over and over again.
I also really enjoyed at the end when they're deciding who win all the head-to-heads. All 4 judges say who they think should win, and then so a lot of times they all said the same thing. So it's like Mark, and then Dave Navarro would be like, so that means that the winner of the head-to-head is Mark. It's like, well, I think we got that it was Mark. They all said the same thing.
What was
This-
like? It was like they were going over the tattoos. One was like, "Well, you nailed this one. This one was great. You know what? You fucked up that nose. You fucked up. It's fucked up." And then they're like, "Well, go over the voting. Who won?" Like, obviously the guy that didn't fuck up. Like, what the
Yeah,
fuck?
it's super screwed up. Like they kept it too formulaic when like the judging was like super clear, right? Just be like, oh, obviously they said that was great. You're suck. Then they play the big like suspenseful drum music. Who won? It's like no,
It's not
just cut
suspenseful.
to it. Yeah.
But it did mark the first time ever on a reality show we've seen the judges not be able to make a decision on something. Like,
just like-
it was so close that they're just like, this one, I don't know, we can't make a decision.
You both suck.
And then the one contestant's like, it's like, maybe you guys should flip a coin. They're just like, we don't flip coins in the show. It's like,
That was good. There's
Dave
a little-
Navarro was not happy about the coin flipping suggestion.
no, he was making light of Dave Navarro's judging ability. You
Dave
don't do that.
Navarro is doing a serious job with serious business here.
Yeah.
Well, they're choosing an ink master. They really stress the master part about this whole series.
Yeah, this is just an ink, professional. This is the next level.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But one thing they did cut out a little bit that I wish they hadn't was when they had the human canvases try to decide which one was the worst tattoo. they only showed them discussing the worst tattoos. I just wanted to hear their thoughts on all the tattoos. Like that was the one thing I didn't want them to cut.
That part was fascinating because they're all sitting in the same room.
I don't like.
Discussing
I can't
each other's
imagine being in that
tattoos.
room. I can't
Yeah.
imagine.
They just throw your
like,
tattoo up on the screen like, oh, this one's mine.
Like
Oh,
the black
boy.
levels. The
It's
black
real
levels,
shit.
The black levels are all off. The nose is crazy. This tattoo is terrible.
Well, the one
and then it's
mother-
like it's somebody else's tattoo. It's just like you're just busted up. She has that tattoo for life. Like you,
Yup.
like, I don't know.
And it was
It's
also
just-
tough the fact that like there was the girl who'd grown up was there. Like that's a tattoo of her face as a little girl. They're trying to say
Oh my
what's wrong
God.
with it. Like,
yeah, it's just so weird.
so
We're
rough.
talking about it's like it's tough, like debating permanent decisions.
Yeah.
It's almost like having a reality show that like people just get married and literally it's like, oh, you just got married, get like a bunch of newlyweds, and then debating about how bad their spouses are, and it's like going around rooms like, yeah, you shouldn't have married him. I mean, the dude is losing his hair.
We might have
Like-
done a couple of shows
no.
that have that component in it.
Oh yeah.
Before.
wow.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm a little back on my reality TV, you know.
Yeah. So you got to watch. What was that one? Married at First Sight.
And
I feel
90 Day
like-
Fiance.
Yeah, both of those
90 Day
are.
Fiance is
More so in
is
that, yeah.
more bananas. There's like
Yeah.
more of that. Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck are you doing? This is a green card.
Yeah.
bullshit all the way.
I definitely feel like tattoos are the kind of thing where like if you have like a friend who just got a tattoo and they come up and show it to you and it's like hey, what do you think of my new tattoo? Like you have to be like, oh, that looks super cool, man. Even if you think it's garbage, like you
Yeah.
cannot make them feel bad about a tattoo that they just got.
You just go, huh?
Yeah.
So you're saying they're like babies.
Yeah, that's what I
Oh,
was just gonna
totally. Yeah.
mention.
Yeah.
Babies, tattoos. Yeah.
You can't like if a new baby comes, you'd be like,
Oh yeah.
eh.
Uh,
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that one.
You made that?
Another thing on the show that I felt like they cut a little short that I feel like they could have. I actually wanted to see was the creating of the tattoos. The creating of the tattoos was like 30 seconds.
Yeah,
They're like
they just kind of showed like really quick like ink motions, and that was like they didn't really like show like them over the like human
Yeah,
canvas
there's
for a
not-
while.
or like partially completed tattoos. Really, it was kind of like they're starting and then it's just done.
yeah,
or like a time lapse. I would love like a time lapse to see.
time
like,
lapse would have been sweet.
That would be awesome. Yeah.
I wonder if there's like some technical reason why it's hard to film that the whole time or something.
Well, I guess it like when the guy's doing, he's kind of like leaning over,
Yeah,
and
they're
it's
probably
like probably
covering.
kind of hard to shoot it in a good way.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. It's just
But I
I'm
feel
watching
like-
this TV show to watch people get tattoos. Like
For sure.
They did show some shots of the of the canvases in a lot of pain though,
Mm-hmm.
and one guy it seemed like he was like had a tattoo to hold on to. It seemed like he'd ripped the pillow that he was holding on to.
Yeah, that was
That
the
was
rib guy. Yeah.
Rib guy,
Yeah.
totally.
Yeah.
That looked real painful.
Well, the guy warned him.
Yeah,
Can you please not put this tattoo on your rib? No, it's going on my rib.
yeah.
Okay.
yeah, like that guy. Like 3/4 of the episode was like pretty much that guy complaining about everything. And then the last quarter was like his wasn't bad, so then they just kind of dropped it.
So I guess something we didn't talk about was this season was about people who'd been on the show before. It seemed. With,
No, I felt like he was the only
Some of
one.
them.
No, I thought they were all with rivals. So it was like,
Well,
no,
also
no,
might
no,
be.
that was a preview for another show.
no,
No,
that was
no,
the
no.
show, but all
This
the rivals
show
have been
started
voted out.
out-
There aren't any rivals anymore.
Oh.
But they
So I
might-
think everyone was paired with someone from a previous season who they like fought with a lot.
So you think they were all on the show, or do you think that they might have had some real life rivals too?
I don't know. I guess my impression was they were rivals from previous show.
Okay.
That's sort of how they framed it up, kind of like Top Chef would do.
well,
like,
I would have assumed
matchups
that
or
we
whatever.
would have seen more clips.
Yeah.
Well,
Of those people in previous.
the thing is
seasons.
because I think because we're watching a later episode, all the rivals have been voted out. So the older episodes that we didn't watch had those clips, and now they're just like, well, these are the 6 guys left. Let's just focus on
Yeah.
them.
Well, the guy with the awesome beard, like we saw him.
We did see him.
Yeah.
But the funny thing with him was apparently the previous time he was voted out with 6 people left doing a portrait.
Oh,
And then he
man.
could
But
not
it-
stop talking about the fact that
theme-
now there's 6 people left and he's doing a portrait. I cannot go out on a portrait again.
What I thought was really funny is that this was precision, and that one was accuracy. It's like, do different terms. for
Gotta
the
mix
same
it up.
thing?
So, spoiler alert for this season of Ink Master, but when I was just looking for the description on the site, it turns out that Beer Guy actually wins the season.
He won.
He
Which is
won.
crazy,
What?
right?
Oh, beard
Yeah.
guy.
I would not have expected that
Yeah.
from
Not
this
at all,
episode.
no.
No, I thought the guy that was like pretty well tatted up wearing a tank top.
The guy, the
Clean?
the other guy on that team who
Mark?
won the headphone thing.
I think so. Yeah, the
Marty
guy who like
Marker.
killed the portrait and like,
Yeah.
I thought he would have won. Like he looked like he was like flying.
So bearded guy was Jason, I think.
Yeah,
Is
it's
that
like
right?
he had 3 names. It was like Jason
Yeah.
something done. Yeah.
That's 3 names.
I think that portrait is really hard to determine who's going to win this. Like, it's really, like, super precision. But, like, for a tattoo, I want creativity, like,
Right.
color. It's just tough.
Do you feel like as a tattoo artist, like you're probably real bummed out when somebody's like, "Hey, I want a portrait." You're just like, "Oh, it's real boring." Like I don't get to like design or create or come up with anything.
It's
right?
probably like a technical challenge, but
Right.
you don't get to be as creative for sure.
I don't think it's the worst. I feel like they come in like, I want a heart. That's probably, like, the worst.
right,
thing.
or like a smiley face. You're like, "Oh, damn it."
Yeah.
Really,
Fine.
I would have thought like Chinese or Japanese characters on like drunk college kids would be the worst.
Like that giant one that Dave Navarro has like on his neck. That's like right above his collar.
Was
It's
that a
like,
character?
Yeah, it was like
That was like a
some
symbol.
it was like some Asian character. I don't know what language it was, but
Really?
I
I thought it was like an upside down cross with like a circle.
well, I mean, it's
Apparently, it's a real shitty tattoo, in my opinion. I guess
oh, man.
well, I think you just
We
don't know
can't
what that
critique their
character
tat-
is.
it doesn't. There wasn't any face. How can it be a character? It just like a bunch of symbols.
No, it is like a letter in some language or something. Like a Chinese character.
When I heard character, I thought you were saying like a what's that? Oh, fuck.
What, like
an
Mickey
anime
Mouse?
character?
Like Mickey Mouse
No,
or
it's an
something?
anime character.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're looking at the picture right now. It's
I don't
probably
think
not a word or a letter.
It
It's
looks like
I
an
think
infinity sign with like a cross on top or some weird.
it's
thing.
like some I don't know.
it's like an infinity boat. See,
Well, that
like,
makes a lot
the
more
infinity
sense
sign's
now.
like the boat, and then there's like
I'm like, how is that a character? And in my mind, I'm thinking like an anime character. I'm like, who the hell does that look like?
yeah, it kind of looks like a hieroglyphic for a boat.
the
If I'd
thing.
imagine somewhere, it's
I-
inside a pyramid.
could
I
be,
don't
yeah.
think it's an Asian character because they're usually straight lines. They don't usually have infinity symbols in them.
Yeah,
That's why I probably wouldn't.
Yeah, I don't really know.
recognize it.
it's probably just made up.
Probably good for Dave Navarro getting his job. Like, he's probably not being called up on that much, and now he's like the judge of Masters of Ink. It's
I feel like you're giving the show a lot of weight and credit right now, where it probably
You did
doesn't have
say
any.
it is the greatest reality show's ever seen.
That's true. I guess that's true.
Yeah, I may have struck something before saying I watch reality TV. I cannot really recall the last reality show I watched.
I think we got that one.
yeah.
I think that he was a good host. Like
He was fine.
he kept it to like point. I felt like he matched the tone of what the show should be.
I felt like he was like knowledgeable about the topics and stuff too. Like it didn't seem fake, right? I mean, like dude has tattoos. Dude's like an artist.
Yeah,
Obviously he kind of knows and lives in that world a bit.
yeah. It wasn't. Oh, damn it! I had the show in my head a second ago.
Amy,
No.
it wasn't Amy.
No, I was singing the really weird guy from the first show we watched,
Tool Academy? No.
Utopia.
Utopia.
Oh, I was here for
Oh,
that.
that guy.
I don't know if he was really supposed to be a host or like
that guy was fucking weird, man.
exactly, or maybe he is embodying the show. I don't know.
It's true. It wasn't that out of place once you got into the episode.
And I got to give Utopia credit. Like what they were trying to do is interesting. They had like you can go online, get all the different cameras like while they were taping. I was like, oh, that's kind of
I
interesting.
mean, things that were done
Yeah.
before, Big Brother and
There
such.
just needed to be. I'm telling you, that show would have been great if there was a competition
Right.
between different utopias to make like the most money or
Oh,
something.
Utopia Challenge.
Yeah.
Most
Battle of the
utopias.
Utopias.
Yeah.
You got to call Fox and be like, then the replace for Utopia is Utopias.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or the Utopian
We're gonna
empires.
cost double the money.
No, quadruple the money. We're gonna have 4 Utopias.
Oh,
Oh
man.
man.
Oh man.
And there's sabatage, no rules.
And you can
Just
steal
right.
shit from the other people.
Outback Steakhouse. Is that Outback Steakhouse's thing?
I was like, what?
No rules, just right.
I
It's a
don't.
weird.
I don't know.
Weird
I don't
plug.
really watch.
Does Outback
When we're not getting
Steakhouse,
paid by them.
does Outback Steakhouse sponsor this
Yeah,
podcast?
they do. Now they do.
Yeah.
So-
I guess.
So I have a little bit of info that I just found on Dave Navarro's neck character tattoo.
Let's hear
So this, I'm not sure about the source because it's from this website called IlluminatiWatcher.com.
it. Sounds
I don't
legit.
know.
That does not sound like we should read that on there.
It says Navarro recently got a tattoo visible on his neck that is actually the logo for the Church of Satan, appropriately
Whoa.
named the Satanic Cross, aka the Leviathan Cross.
Well, hold on. Let me Google Church of Satan.
Okay.
Logo.
Church of Satan is going in your Google search history.
So
I want to see if any ads.
So
I'm gonna
he's
assume-
crazy.
I'm going to assume this show was the show worse than Real Housewives of New
No,
Jersey?
obviously not.
No.
Slash
Definitely not.
Bully Beat.
I put in the topper brackets.
So
I enjoyed it actually a bit. Like the next time on kind of got me. I was kind of like, oh, I kind of want to watch the next one.
Well, it would have gotten me if they gave me any sort of clue as to what the challenges were going to be. It was just like, it was like everything in the show except for like the challenge stuff.
Here's what it's gonna be. They're gonna put tattoos on people.
What?
No, not
Not-
people. They're not people.
Human-
They're
not
human
people.
canvases.
Oh, I thought you were going to go
Whatever.
for animals. Just like,
Oh, jeez.
you have to
quick
tattoo a
update.
goat.
Quick update on the Dave Navarro tattoo. The Church of Satan logo is actually a 5-point star with the top point facing down. That is the actual logo. Fun fact: when you Google image search Church of Satan, Tim Tebow shows up a lot.
Great.
Yeah,
What?
back to the day. Tim Tebow, Church of Satan. Heard it here first.
So
watching this show, I had an idea for a different show. I don't know if you guys think would be good or not. Was what if there was a show that followed the human canvases? It's like you just see someone who's talking about this tattoo they want to get.
Oh,
you know
man.
about them. Then they're backstage and they're like, "Yeah, I'm about to go out and get some random tattoo from this person I never met." And then you just meet the artist there. And then like you see them get the tattoo, and then you're like, "Oh my god, this tattoo is the worst," or "Oh, it's great," and just like follow that more.
That's
I-
pretty cool.
No,
I mean-
wouldn't watch it.
I mean, like I could see that as like a web exclusive kind of
Yeah.
companion to the show kind of thing.
Like
Behind
a
the
5 minute
scenes, sorta.
thing,
Yeah.
maybe.
Just 5 minutes.
It could be a web short. I feel like it'd be a pretty solid
I
web
think
short.
With face tattoos, it'd be really interesting. Like they give them the picture, and then the audience knowingly knows they're actually not doing that face on the person, and then you just see the reaction of the people.
So-
after the whole thing's
Wow.
done.
So you just want to
So-
give somebody a tattoo of something they don't want
They do it. They
intentionally.
So they get a portrait of a totally different person on them,
Oh no.
and then just watch them freak out. Oh my god!
Wow.
What, are we watching Jackass now? Like what
No,
the-
it's punked.
Tattoo edition.
yeah.
I mean, that would probably make a good MTV show.
Everyone gets Ashton Kutcher's face tattooed.
That'd be really good.
Man, those people would be pissed.
You think?
Could be interesting for TV though. I guess if they
The
pay enough
reaction would be
money.
great.
I mean, I guess if you sign enough waivers, you could totally
All right,
get away with
so there is a show I watched where that did actually happen. Where there's a show on True TV called Impractical Jokers, and they do like a bunch of challenges against like the public and each other. And if you lose, you have to do a punishment, which is whatever they want. And one challenge, 3 people lost, which there's only 4 people. So like, at the end, the one guy chose tattoos on all the other people. And one of the tattoos was a portrait. Can you guess it's a celebrity. Try to guess what
George
that.
Clooney.
Nicolas Cage.
Bieber.
So this is supposed to be funny.
Miley
Dude,
Cyrus.
are you saying that tattoo
Nicolas
of Nicolas
Cage.
Cage wouldn't be funny?
No,
Very
no,
funny.
That would be very funny. But it's not Nicolas Cage.
Oprah.
Not Bieber.
No.
Oprah.
Is it a famous person or
male or
a
female?
celebrity?
It is.
Like-
All right. It's a male
Male.
child celebrity.
Macaulay Culkin.
No.
Oh,
That would have been a good one though.
yeah.
That'd been pretty good.
Gary Coleman.
No. Like
Child.
still a child today.
Oh, still a child
Child
today? Okay.
Ooh, I don't know any like child actors that well.
They'd be funny.
Right.
Well, to get a tattoo of.
Honey Boo Boo.
no, it's male. Male, you idiot.
That kid from Modern Family?
No.
The half man from 2.5 Men.
Oh yeah,
No. Jaden Smith.
that's a good
Oh,
one. That,
that is
sounds
a good
pretty
one.
good.
Just like no, it's just so random.
Right. The problem is like nobody's gonna get it. So like,
It looks like Jaden Smith.
yeah. But how many people
How
know
was-
who Jaden Smith looks
How was
like?
the precision on the Jaden Smith tattoo?
How was the lighting? Good lighting?
Comparable to these ones, I guess.
I don't know. I feel like
It's just a weird.
it would be
tattoo
real
to
weird.
get.
I mean, I guess if you had a Jaden Smith tattoo somewhere, I'd be like, "What the hell's going on, man?"
Exactly.
Sure.
It's just like well, you get just a random tattoo.
Yeah.
It's fucking Jaden Smith.
Fair. I guess.
Like if you were on that show and you got like you want a real tattoo, and they reveal it and it's Jaden Smith.
Sure.
That'd actually be pretty neat, like seeing a bunch of tattoos of like, B-list celebrities. With people like really into the B-list.
Yeah.
And it's like, hey, I need a tattoo of Jaden Smith. Like, oh wow, okay, got it.
Is Jaden Smith even on the B list? Like, I feel like it's like
Yeah,
down
no, he's
a
probably on
notch
the-
or two lower now.
Will
Probably
got
on
him on the
the
B
B
list.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess his last name, right?
Yeah.
No, Will went to the people making the list like,
He's
hey,
like, hey, put
you
him
got to
on the
move
list."
Jaden to the B list.
Bump him up a little.
Have you guys ever seen that crazy like plastic surgery show where somebody's like, hey, like I really want to look like like whatever celebrity, and then they do a bunch of crazy plastic surgery, make you look like exactly like that celebrity. It's super crazy.
Wait,
and
like,
super fucked
When
up.
you say exactly, like they actually look like them?
Yeah. Well, like in some cases,
I mean, or just like a freak show.
well, like in some cases, like it kind of works out. In some cases, you're like, oh, buddy.
Do we need to watch the show?
Maybe
for the podcast?
I can't remember what the name of it is, but
Gotta
like,
put
it
it
was
in the bank?
crazy.
Well, we'll add it to the list.
Yeah. All right.
I bet it's called something like South Beach Plastic or something.
Probably.
South Beach.
There's a lot of plastic surgery there. It's either that or like L.A.
Yeah, but you don't want to look like other people on South Beach, do you?
And there's a lot of plastic surgery people there.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I feel like
I think South
They're
Beach
LA.
Plastic totally sounds like the name of a reality show.
right.
Like people like at least the only real reference I have to plastic surgery is a show for some reason. But right after people get plastic surgery, like in their face especially, like they look terrible. They look like they just got beat up like in a really bad way. It looks
Yeah, they had
rough.
surgery.
Yeah, I
This
know.
dude cutting your face up
Yeah.
and putting shit in it. Like, you're not gonna look great for a little
It
bit.
looks really rough.
Oh man.
Like I feel like you get home after that and look in the mirror and just be like, oh fuck, what did I do?
Yeah. Well, even tattoos though, like by the time you get home, that shit's looking pretty rough too.
Right,
It's all,
yeah.
red and bruised up and stuff.
Yeah.
So, was the show better than Married at First Sight / Tool Academy?
No, probably not.
Is that still our tied for top?
Well, mine is Married at First Sight. Yours
Right,
was
we
Tool
still-
Academy.
Tool Academy.
Yeah.
The best one can be whatever one you want, James. You can say whichever one you want is your favorite one.
That's true.
Although the show I keep going back to again and again is 90 Day Fiance. Like
So
I
is,
have not.
is that your top now?
I mean, like I have not dipped back into the Tool Academy well yet, but 90 Day Fiance, oh
Do
boy.
you need to give a 90 Day Fiance update?
I mean, I'm not done with the season yet, so I'm not ready for the update just yet.
All right. Well, we'll get back to you.
But I do have a MasterChef Junior update. I finished watching that show. And,
What?
Yeah.
You've got to be kidding me.
No, I finished watching that show.
You're not allowed back on the
No, I totally watched
oh man,
it.
is he get a one show suspension?
Yeah, I think you have a penalty right
So
now.
Is this a spoiler alert for Master
spoiler
Junior?
alert for MasterChef Junior. Logan, the kid with the bow tie, won MasterChef Junior.
Obviously.
There you go.
Duh.
What do you mean, obviously?
That guy had the
Does
most
he get a
character. He was the
restaurant?
most interesting one. He
No,
had
the kid
all
just
those
gets some
bow
money.
ties.
He didn't seem like he was doing a good job.
Right. That's why people liked him.
I have to say this show though is near the top. Like it's
Pretty good.
I would put it above Tool Academy.
So the problem with this one I had is like all the damn like commercials and weird cuts and like 5-minute long recaps of shit.
Yeah,
That was real.
lot of
Like I
filler.
just don't know if I could watch like more because of like
but
the
that's
amount of
every
bullshit I have
reality
to
show
watch.
has that.
There's also a
There's
lot of
some that are
like
better.
There's also like a lot of weird arguing and like drama between the contestants. Like I would love this show, but like a more hardcore version of this show. You know what I mean?
What do you
No.
mean?
That is
Explain.
Which is like more focused on the tattoos and like less filler and stuff like that.
Yeah, well, like seeing the tattoos being made.
Sure, like all that stuff. You know.
I wish they would like explain more of the technical things of like how they're actually doing some of the stuff. Like what are the
yeah.
actual techniques in doing a portrait, right?
Yeah.
Or like whatever they happen to be working
Like
on.
Precision.
There is a
like they just, like I feel like I didn't like gain any knowledge or any new insights or tidbits from
This-
watching
this-
this show. I'm
this
just
is
like,
all
oh,
spike.
a bunch of dumb
Yeah.
people got a bunch of dumb tattoos that kind of look pretty shitty,
That's a good point.
and a bunch of people argue.
like
my
there
opinion.
there is a version of this show that's like a really good show, but like I'm
Right.
not sure that this is a really good show.
You're right. This is like the line between just drama and like actually like entertaining, like
Right.
like learning something. This is way on drama side at all.
right. Like the fact that it's tattoos is almost like very marginal in that the like relativity of the show. So you could put almost anything else in the topic of the show, and it's like the same show.
Yeah, I mean, you could do just like about art, the
Right.
painting or something. It'd be the same show.
Yeah, it could be a haircut show. Be the same thing.
Well, I mean,
It's
that's
a
what
little
they,
bit less intense.
Well,
Right. Like,
that's what
the
they
stakes,
do.
But like that's all. That's the only reason like you care at all is because it's like, oh man, they're like these are real people getting real tattoos.
I mean, there are like
but like there's
the
like
thing,
nothing
like,
else around it.
that is the good thing about it though, is that like there are real stakes here. It's not like, you know, oh, you made like some shitty like piece of chicken on Top Chef. Like somebody has that fucking tattoo now.
Yeah, and I feel like a lot of those other shows try to get the same kind of drama, whereas this you kind of get it for free.
Oh no,
Yeah.
yeah, for sure. You just have that.
So I think
yeah.
it does have a leg up on like Top Hooker and shows of
I-
the like.
I wouldn't say too many bad things about Top Hooker.
Top Hooker's a real show?
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, it's
I
about
think you need
fishing.
to explain that
Oh,
show.
Yeah.
I don't think you can just.
That wasn't that clear. In the,
Man, that show was pretty entertaining. I remember
No
there was
way.
this
That
one
was an
You
alright
guys,
show. I'm telling
both
you.
suspended from the show. Both of you.
Well, I think we
Wait.
got another one to put in the backlog, but you might need to give like a 10-second explanation of what Top Hooker was. 'Cause I think it's
Yeah.
not what you think
so
it is.
Here's a quick rundown, right? One of the episodes that I remember.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
You got about about
No, that's way too long.
No, it's gonna be a real quick thing. You got 10 fishermen in the middle of a lake on a spinning platform trying to catch fish, and they got to make their way from platform A to like platform B.
What
yeah,
does
stay
that have to
tuned
do
for all
with
the excitement.
Why does that sound exciting?
Because they're fishing on a platform, they have to
What-
balance and
what
shit.
do you mean they're fishing, but they're moving, but they're on a platform? Like
It's
what?
like imagine like a boat, like it's not a steering wheel. It's like is it a steering wheel? I don't really know. Like a pirate ship kind of.
It's still a steering wheel.
Is it still a steering wheel? I feel like that was
still a
I was too
steering
hung up
wheel.
on cars.
Both
for some
of those
reason.
steer things.
Okay, so imagine like that sort of shape, giant, and then in a lake, and like you have to start in the middle and get to the ends of it and fish. I realize as I'm describing this that it's real dumb, but it was real exciting at the time.
It's like
so dumb.
It's like
I
take
can't-
any generic Survivor challenge and add fishing to it.
Right,
and
like
that's
they had
kinda
to,
that
they had to
show.
get. Oh, I think they started on the outside. They get to the middle, get the fishing poles. They had to like bait and like like rig up the fishing pole, get
No,
back to the thing.
The
while it's
premise of the
moving
show is the
and
same
fish.
as the show.
Oh yeah, it's all the
It's-
same,
But for
man.
fish-
Just
fishing.
about fishing.
Right.
That's your 5-second explanation. You don't need to go over this crazy thing.
It was so
that
exciting,
was,
though.
It was not exciting. It,
It
was
was
boring.
exciting.
It was pretty exciting. You had to see it, I think.
Yeah, the one thing that got me confused on Ink Master was the drama they actually had with each other.
Yeah.
Like the drama and talking shit about each other had no effect on the outcome.
Yeah.
It was really like they were trying to play these mind games to like, psych each other out or get each other to like quit voluntarily.
It's like,
and it
dude,
was like,
just admit your tattoo was shit. I don't
Yeah.
even know why you're still sitting here. You should just go
Yeah.
home right now. But like,
Yeah.
why would you do that? It doesn't make any sense.
Certainly
solid
something
mind
that,
games.
Certainly something that we cut. Like it's just
Yeah.
like this doesn't have any effect on anything, and I don't care.
Yeah, well, it's like it's like I was saying, like there is a version of the show that's a good show, but this is not a good show.
I mean, maybe if we watch it from the beginning, I don't know.
Yeah, I think it just needs to be like kind of recut a little bit and produced a little bit differently. But
The only thing that they're trying to do, they're trying to get in the minds of the other tattoo artists. So, like, you're talking shit about someone's tattoo. So then for the next week, when they're choosing, like, who do they want to partner with on a challenge, it's like they're thinking about, oh, yeah, Johnny's tattoo was terrible.
or
Don't
Mark's
wanna-
a real asshole. Don't want to work that guy.
Yeah, like, but otherwise, like, I can't think of a real reason for that.
Okay, should we talk about next week?
Yeah.
So is anybody watching more of the show? I think it's all
No.
like pretty much a no.
Eh.
No.
I mean,
No.
Probably not.
I mean, if I was channel surfing, it was on. I might flip it on, but I'm not going out of my way to watch it.
Fair.
All right, next
got?
week we are doing The Celebrity Apprentice. Donald Trump is back for a brand new season of The Celebrity Apprentice. This is the 7th installment of The Celebrity Apprentice and the 14th season of The Apprentice. I can't even believe
ridiculous.
that's true. This season joins 16 all-new business-savvy celebrity contestants as they try to raise money and awareness for their charity of choice.
Is that Gilbert Gottfried?
Maybe we're gonna get to the contestants in a second.
Don't interrupt the explanation of the show.
The last person standing will be chosen as this season's Celebrity Apprentice and have the honor of delivering a $250,000 bonus check to their designated charity. Contestants include Vivica A. Fox, Sean Johnson, Terrell Owens, Lorenzo Lamas, Kenya Moore, Lisa Gibbons, Keisha Knight Pullum, Geraldo Rivera, Johnny Damon, Gilbert Gottfried, Brandy Glanville, Kate Goslin, Ian Ziering, Jamie Anderson, Sig Hansen, and Kevin Jonas.
Jonas! The
Kevin
return
Jonas.
of Jonas. Is that the same Jonas?
I think it was
a different
Nick
one.
Jonas that was on Real Housewives of New
Who
Jersey.
are these people?
These-
Nick Jonas is the one that's still a singer.
Yeah. T.O. is a
So this might be the
football
same
player?
one.
We will find out for the next week's show.
And they actually have a couple of sport guys on there, like,
T.O.
Yeah, it's T.O., Johnny Damon.
This is like D-list celebrities.
Isn't Sig Hansen the guy from like Deadliest Catch? Isn't that the Deadliest Catch guy?
Oh.
I'm not sure.
I don't know who some.
Oh, that does look like Deadliest Catch guy. You're totally right.
Yeah.
I don't know who any of these people are.
Yo, click on Sig.
You know.
Oh man, there's somebody on the show who's a quote unquote a breakout star of Bravo's Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Oh no.
Oh god.
Do we need to watch
Sig.
that first?
No.
Are you sure? I'm
So-
going to be lost.
So here's how.
Sig's born in Seattle, Washington. Captain Sig
One of the
Hansen.
deadliest.
Yep.
Deadly sketch.
So here's what I'd love to see in The Apprentice. I'd love to see like Mark Cuban as a contestant just get on there and just run through everyone. Just like
That'd be good.
that'd be really
Trump
great.
is throwing
So you
Mark
want, like,
Cuban
the
off the
All-Stars.
first chance he gets.
Yeah, he might
It's
get
like
a
that's
little
the
crazy.
thing. Trump just throws off whoever he wants, and Mark Cuban's on that show. Trump's like, "I'll show you."
You're
Get
fired,
outta
Mark
here.
Cuban. Yeah.
Yeah, and then Mark Cuban just comes up with his own show, and
And then-
fucking-
He already
then-
has his own
I don't
show.
know.
And then Mark
Oh,
Cuban
that's
just buys Donald Trump's company and fires Donald Trump. That's what happens next.
This sounds like great real world entertainment.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But Mark Cuban won't be able to get fired by Donald Trump if he got to like that final like losing point, right? If he just like was killing it, he would never be able to get fired.
But like, I think there's a lot of team stuff. So
And
Mark
also-
Cuban can't single-handedly bring his team win every week.
Or could he?
Or
And
could he? I guess.
And also, like, Donald Trump controls all the challenges and all the editing and all the decisions, so he can kind of do whatever he wants.
this show sounds terrible.
No, totally.
Oh yeah.
Can we watch something else?
No,
Shark Tank's pretty good.
too late.
All right.
I like Shark Tank.
So you can follow us on Twitter at Who Put This On, and you can find us on Facebook.com/Who Put This On. Email us questions at whoputthison@gmail.com. Any plugs over there, James?
Twitter, CanesJ3.
Harrison?
You can follow me on Twitter at Harrison Hoffman.
Rob?
I'm on Twitter at Rob Kitts, and I encourage anyone listening to go to the Facebook or tweet at us interesting tattoo things that you have in your life, and we could talk about them on the show.
Oh.
Noah?
No social media plugs, but if anyone from Outback or Monster Headphones is listening, we'd like a check.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll get right on that.
Or, at least a pair of the free headphones, the special limited edition.
The limited edition that are just sitting in a warehouse, and
Yeah.
a few of them.
A couple of boxes. That'd be pretty good.
I mean, if they send us 5 sets of headphones, we'll wear them for the next show, and we'll post a picture of all of us wearing it.
Totally.
So.
yeah, and you can follow me at the Chris Lorenz on Twitter. See you guys next week.